Listen online at KFMA.com. You want it? You got it. Reality radio done right. No nonsense, real and raw, just like you like it.
He's corrupt, he's inexperienced, and he lies.
Broadcasting from a broom closet in the Arizona Lotus Studios, it's Beef Vegan Presents.
Here we go! Yo! It's the realest on the radio, the party bro living in the vadio, making everybody go. Yo! Welcome back to the show. It's Beef Vegan Presents live on Rock 102.1 KFMA, streaming worldwide at KFMA.com. Good morning, Rico.
Good morning.
Yeah, we're amped today. It's going to be a good show on this Thursday morning. We have tickets giveaway for Ghost and Volbeat. Also, we have news for noobs with that $50 question. So you get a $50 gift certificate to Bookman's Entertainment Exchange. That and a lot of stories to share with you. I'll start. Can I start, Rico?
Please start.
With a little personal story of the last 24 hours.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. I mentioned before that, being a father of a teenage girl, the anxiety that I feel every single time that I go pick her up from school, expecting the emotionally unexpected from my daughter. It's like I got to take a deep breath and just kind of hold my breath when she opens the door, being like, okay, what kind of status is she going to be in today? What's the drama? Is she going to be feeling high? Is she going to be feeling low? What's the deal, right?
What's the vibe?
Mm-hmm. And it's never the same. No 2 days are ever the same when you're the parent of a teenager. And that's exciting, but also, mentally distressing.
Mm-hmm.
So yesterday I went to go pick up my daughter at her school. And her school's like, a little rough around the edges is the best way to describe it. Yeah. Have you ever seen the movie Dangerous Minds?
Oh, the Coolio song?
Yeah. So I'm pretty sure her school teaches rap songs as poetry. Like that's the type of school she's at, right? A school that probably would benefit from metal detectors. I'm just saying.
Right.
It's kind of gangster.
Gotcha.
These kids, they're having a good time and they're good kids. I see a bunch of good kids in the mix. I see a bunch of kids that are like my friends. But you know what? My friends and I, when we were that age, we were derelicts. We were the kids that you didn't want your kids to hang out with.
Right.
And then karma is a bitch. And, they make sure that it gets returned tenfold. So my daughter now is one of those kids that you don't want your kids to hang out with. I love her dearly and she's a sweetheart. But, with the school, it gets a little crazy at times. So I'm picking her up and she's getting in the car and her friend's going to come with us as well because they have a little school project they're going to do at home. So we're waiting on her friend to get in the car. And as I'm waiting, all of a sudden I hear a thud on the back of my car. Like the back of my car gets hit. It's like, boom.
Oh, geez.
Yeah. And I look into my rear view and I notice there's a giant brawl breaking out all around my Kia Soul.
God.
Yeah, full-blown brawl, dude. So this is one kid's getting jumped by like three kids. And then the security and vice principal get involved. And for a second, I'm like looking out my window. They're less than a foot away from my window. It's right there, dude.
Oh, God.
I am surrounded by teenagers screaming Rolled Star.
Yeah.
I'm the only car in the middle of all this because I picked up my daughter, a couple minutes after everyone else picked up their kids. And all of a sudden, I'm in the middle of a riot. And I'm like, holy hell, what's going on? And for a second there, like I thought about getting out of the car and, being the responsible adult and helping.
Hey.
Yeah. Like break it up, stop it.
That's enough.
This kid was getting his ass beat. I didn't want to see that. I wanted to at least, be like, hey, one-on-one at the very least.
Yeah.
Throw down some rules.
Exactly.
Be John McCarthy in a way,
right? Kids don't know how to fight.
Yeah. And as I was thinking this and just about to reach for the handle of my door, I noticed one of those kids threw the vice principal down to the ground so violently that he like hobbled to get up.
Oh, no.
And then I quickly put my hand back towards me and like, I'm not going to get my ass kicked by a teenager today.
Yeah. You've seen many a mosh pits. You're like, I'm not dancing that dance right now.
Not today, Satan.
Not today.
There was no winning scenario for me there. If you you could call me up and call me a pansy or a scaredy cat for not getting out of the car, but here's the one or two things that could happen if I went out there. Okay, one, I get into an altercation with a teenager. Next thing you know, I'm punching a teenager.
Exactly, on camera.
Yeah.
Yep.
And first off, I'm an adult. Those are adult charges. That's not good. And then being what is it? A public personality.
Sure. Hey, is that Be Vegan beating a kid?
Yeah. That's not a good look. It's not a good look. I can't.
They're like, no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My company's probably looking for reasons to fire me.
Exactly.
Me ending up on the front page of KOLD.com for punching a high school kid would definitely be one of those reasons for me to lose a job.
Oh, they're like, ratings have skyrocketed after we've seen your fight moves against a child.
That's true. I did kind of consider that as well. But then also, the other scenario, if me not getting in trouble for punching a kid is, say, I'm old and slow. These kids, they got the energy of a supernova.
Yep.
So say the flip side of that coin is I get out to try to intervene to be the responsible adult. Next thing you know, I'm getting my ass beat.
Yep.
And then I'm getting my ass beat by kids.
Yep. That's not good either. Not for the ego, not for the internet, not for your joints.
Yeah, that's not a good look.
No.
It's not a good look at all. And then I would still end up on the front page of KOLD.com.
Getting your ass kicked.
Yeah. And then I would still get fired. But the reason why this time is because I was a punk bitch who got his ass kicked by a bunch of kids. And the company does not like to employ punk bitches.
Right. This is not on brand beef. Getting your ass kicked by kids. It's not a good look for us.
Right. It would totally dispute my sign out song that I play on the show.
Hey, aren't you that guy that got his ass kicked by 12-year-olds?
Yeah, I thought you said you'd knock out all my teeth, but it looks like 12-year-old could handle you. So
street cred, mom.
Oh man, so it was nutty, and there was nothing I could do, and it was a very Jerry Springer like situation because not only were the kids there getting in a fight, and kids get into fights, but there was a mom there with the backpack on that looked like, a methed out high schooler.
Oh god.
And apparently she was related to some of the things. There was a sister who it was her brother who was getting jumped, and she was trying to fight everybody, which was pretty gangster. I was pretty impressed by her actually. With a name like Angel. And that's
Angel.
the thing. If you name your kid Angel, she's going to grow to be the devil.
Exactly.
That's just
jaded enough now in this day and age where it's like I actually see a fist fight and like a bunch of kids in high school and I'm going, thank God they're off their phones.
Yeah.
Like they're actually living life.
Well,
like that's how sad it is now.
Yeah, but the kids that were in the fight were off their phones. But trust me when I say that every other single kid watching that fight had their phone all screaming out World Star.
Oh, yeah. Get those views.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, now it's on the Instagram page. I could show you the video of this fight. But yeah, I'm not one to show videos of minors kicking each other's asses. So that was my day yesterday. How was your day, Rico?
I slept until 1:30 p.m. I did not engage in fights. I had a kale shake. Did some planks.
All right.
It was pretty relaxing.
So two in the same.
Traumatizing. Exactly.
Yeah.
It was nice.
We had identical days. It was fantastic. All right. Let's get this show on the road. Woo! We have our morning moron coming up and music from the Architects. But first, let's hit some Offspring to start things off. Yeah. Rock 102.1 KFMA. Beef Vegan presents. Let's go. All right, and then we were back here on the live stream. Gotta fix my hat here and say good morning to Rico.
Good morning.
It wouldn't be a live stream if we didn't have Drum. Good morning, Drum. Hi, let me turn on your microphone too. All right, now we're set. We're all situated. Woo. I'm loving all the comments to start off the day today. We've already had some good times. We got a lot more fun to have as well. In about a minute and a half, I got a little story to share. But there is a story I'm very excited to talk about today. On the radio, but it's going to be very difficult to convey the information on the radio, and I'll tell you why. It's very
too hot for radio.
It is. It's a story that's literally too hot for radio. I'll read you the headline so you know, and I'll give you the information on this story as I kind of tiptoe around being fined by the FCC. The headline is: Man poos out of his penis and ejaculates from his bum due to a rare condition. Right?
Yeah, what?
Did I just blow your mind?
I don't know about blowing our minds, but I do see what you mean.
Yeah.
Something blew. And
this is why I did not put this in the another one with Drum. I did not give you this story, Drum, because I don't want to put you in a position to get fired. But it's a story that's so crazy. I want to share it, but I got to be very delicate in how I convey the information in this story. It is nuts. It's wild. It is wild. And I teased the story that I don't even really want to talk about next, but what are you gonna do? That's how we're doing on this Thursday. But we've been, like I said, we've been having a lot of fun. And WTF is the right reaction there, Mike. All right, we got 5 seconds, so we're live. Let's do this. Rock 102.1 KFMA. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. We have a lot of stuff going on in our live broadcast podcast as I'm hanging out with Drum. Good morning, Drum.
Good morning.
And Rico's still with us, and we are streaming this live on YouTube. Just search Beef Vegan, youtube.com/Beef Vegan, or you can watch us on Facebook on Rock 102.1's Facebook page. All right, a couple things I want to get to as far as pandemic is concerned, a little post-pandemic stuff. First and foremost, there's a shortage of liquor in liquor stores across the nation. Yeah, you should be like devastated by this, right? Not saying that you're an alcoholic, Rico, but a lot of people started drinking more during the pandemic, and that's why they think that a lot of places are becoming out of stock, but also some of the supply was kind of interrupted with everything going on in COVID. Yeah, okay. I know.
That's just happening now?
Yeah, I'm pretty impressed that it lasted this long. Yeah. That's what we were going with.
We had a stockpile of liquor.
I call shenanigans.
Yeah, you could call shenanigans, but we did have the stockpile of liquor, and so it took us a while to burn through it. I mean, we burned through toilet paper a lot quicker. But, as far as the liquor like Jack Daniels, in fact, actually, I got some audio here that I'll play of customers being upset. Yeah, so
wow.
I love this guy. He's like, normally I get the gallon Jack Daniels.
Exactly, the gallon.
I got to get 3 fifths.
The one in the plastic jug. I like that one.
But on the plus side, my old lady hasn't had a black eye in a while, so I guess that helped.
Annabelle.
Oh,
yeah. So one more clip real quick I want to share with you. Yeah, so that's the reason why. That's the only theory. Now, as far as reps from Jack Daniels or Patron, they haven't said there's been any interruption in the production line. With tequila, you got to age. Well, I guess Jack Daniels, you got to age. All these liquors, there's a certain aging process. So it just comes down to Americans being thirsty AF and trying to get wasted, get blackout and try to forget this entire year of pandemic.
Pretty much.
Right? And then you awake from a drunken stupor and you're like, what pandemic?
If this keeps up, there's going to be like YouTube videos out there how to make prison wine. You just make your own toilet wine in your house.
There were already YouTube videos out there for that, though.
Oh,
there is
everything.
100%. Yeah. In fact, actually, when I was in Tent City, there was guys making hooch. With orange peels and things like that. I mean, there's a lot of MacGyvers in jail and prison. And in Tent City, if you dug around, you'd be able to find little pouches of disgusting alcohol.
Yeah.
But it still got you drunk.
Yep.
Rock 2.1, who's this?
Balian?
What's up, dude?
Can I hear Ordinary Man by Ozzy?
Yeah, man. You know what? We've been getting a lot of odd requests and stuff. Yeah, I'll play some Ozzy for you. I don't know if I'll be able to play Ordinary Man. They got me. They basically got my cojones in a vice here on the morning when it comes to music. So I'm working on trying to be able to get a little creative and play songs that maybe you don't hear all the time. But that's not today, my friend. That's not today.
Well, would it help? Would it put me on a priority if I said I just had a breakup with my girlfriend 2 hours ago?
Oh, so this is almost like an F my life. So why did she break up with you, dude?
Well, we got in a row and I said the final verbal contact blow and she stormed off.
Oh, was it like something you can't say on the radio, the final verbal blow?
No, I just told her, well, you have a whole kennel of simplistic bitches. Why don't you ask one of them for help?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, and that would do it. Well, I feel your pain, man. Breakups suck. I'll see if I can squeeze in some Ozzy. I don't know if Ozzy, maybe like Pretty Reckless, so you could fantasize about Taylor Momsen. Maybe that will help you get over the breakup a little more. But
Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
No, not Taylor Swift. But yes. So good luck on the rebound, dude. And yeah, you burned yourself on that one. I'm sorry to say.
Yeah, I did. I'm going rebounding tonight, though, bro.
There you go. Go bigger. The bigger ones are fun.
Yeah. Okay, man. You have a good one.
You too. All right. Yeah. So there's wise words. I'm just giving out wisdom all morning long. Wisdom that Drum didn't agree with, but still.
Little beefy nuggets of wisdom.
Yeah.
Wait, which part didn't I not agree with?
Oh, we'll talk about that on the stream. Quick break, and then I'm going to tell a story that I have to tiptoe around. It is such a crazy story, but it's also very dangerous for me to even convey the information in this story on the radio. So I got to be very delicate, but it's so nuts you have to hear it. And it's coming up next on Beef Vegan Presents. Don't go away. Clear. All right.
Got to tiptoe. Now is the time to experiment with terminology.
Yeah, I almost tried to make him cry. But
yeah, knowing what you want to listen to within 2 hours is kind of impressive, I guess.
Yeah.
It's like, you know what I really need is some Aussie right now.
Yeah.
On the radio, not even Spotify. I want them to play it for me on the radio.
Why hit up YouTube when I can just call the local radio station? I got you guys.
Right.
Yep.
A little heart band-aid.
Exactly. I hope she hears it, man.
Yeah.
She's gonna hear this.
I'm gonna find her favorite radio station. I'm gonna call in. I'm gonna request a song so she thinks of me.
Exactly.
Yeah. Ordinary man. That will get her back to you. I'm just an ordinary man, baby.
So wait, what did he say? He said to her, I didn't have the volume all the way up.
Something about you want to get your crazy bitches together and do something.
I hit the dump. He said something with pussy in it.
See, I heard the B word too, and I was like, wait, do we say that already?
Yeah, I mean, we can get away with saying that.
She's Carol Baskins, yes.
Right.
Killed her.
Yeah.
Husband whacked.
Yeah. But yeah, it was the other stuff. I'm like, okay, I knew that was happening too. It went downhill really fast, I'll admit. But, sometimes, you got to take the risk. Didn't your boss want more calls? Yeah.
Plot twist.
It was, in fact, and I've had so many different requests today.
The Arizona Lottery.
Sorry. Rico's been a witness to this. I've had very strange requests, very like new bands or deep tracks and everything. And I'm like, that's great, guys. Have you listened to this station? We can't. I mean, I want to. I mean, there's been some great requests for Bad Flower 30 is one of my favorite songs from Bad Flower. It is fantastic. It's hard, but they don't have it in rotation, so I can't play it right now. Bummer. Yeah, so we just gotta basically once we get to the point where more people listen to the show than the rest of the station, then I'll be
the freedom.
Yes, be able to do some things where they'll be mad, but what are they gonna do about it?
Yeah. So this guy broke up. You're like, sorry, I can't give you that one, but here's Crazy Train.
Yeah, exactly.
That's in the rotation.
I got Thunderstruck coming up, but yeah, I mean I'll
take whatever, man.
I don't have any Aussie playing this hour, but here's Motley Crue.
Right. Yeah.
Well, whatever.
Girls.
Yeah.
What's a good breakup song? Actually, I want to ask the streamers here. If you were to have a breakup and you needed a breakup song, what is the best breakup song that I could play on the radio? Not that I will, but it is a question to ask you. So I'm going to put it in the banner here. Is the best breakup song of all time.
Ooh.
Yeah, I try to go big.
If your heart's hurting, you should really listen to Krukabanger by Chelsea Grin.
Very specific.
Yeah. Krukabanger? What?
Krukabanger. It's just it's one of my favorite songs. It has nothing to do with breakups.
Never heard of that.
Is it EDM?
No.
Sounds like EDM.
No, it's not. It's deathcore.
Girls suck. Get over it.
No, it's one of my favorite songs just because he's like, stop. It's boner time.
Any station. Stop. It's boner time. Nice. Okay.
That's the show lead in for now on.
Christina says, My Immortal. My Immortal might be a good one.
I had a feeling I was going to see that request. Evanescence is a good one to listen to when your heart's aching.
Okay.
Slipknot.
You know what? Call Me When You're Sober by Evanescence. That's a good one.
Okay.
I feel like that's a good breakup song.
Let's see. Nick said, pour some sugar on me because I'm going to be out and about like candy stick. There you go.
Oh, boy.
Too many to name. Oh, Dean's went through too many breakups.
Hey, Vincent Fernandez, let's go.
Dean is punching holes in the drywall just thinking about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mariachi.
Okay.
There you go.
If you're really simping, Amor Eterno.
So when you're listening to mariachi music or a breakup song, can you just can't help yourself but dance? I mean, honestly,
that'll piss them off so much. You're happy mariachi music on the way out.
Right. Yeah.
Have you listened to like? Have you ever listened to like a corrido? Corrido? Ah, my God, I'm not having it this
Corrido?
morning.
I don't
Sorry,
know.
guys.
I don't know how to pronounce it, but I'm sure I've listened to it, and I've
Corrido.
even
Corrido.
DJ'd.
Sorry, guys.
I've DJ'd plenty of different events where I'm playing mariachi music and salsa, merengue, and things like that. That obviously I have no idea, who the artists are or even how to pronounce the song titles. Yeah, I feel the beat and I love it when I have those kind of events, especially when I get the playlist though, when they tell me what to play because I can't do it on my own. I'll play the songs though, and it's always a rocking good time. And you know who else has really good music that I think is underestimated? What was it? It was like Indian music, like Bollywood style pop music.
Yeah.
Like I've DJ'd a couple like corporate events where it's mostly like Indian people, and they're hitting me with these songs, and they have mad bass, and they're dancing with their fingers in the air, and it is a party.
Like shit, I had no idea.
Yes,
It's crazy.
and legitimately had no idea, but at the same time,
and you're just like, oh my God.
yeah, it is a rager. It is absolutely insane, and I loved it. But again, not knowing exactly what I'm playing at all.
It doesn't matter. They're vibing, you're vibing.
Yeah.
It beats any other wedding where it's like the typical random, just American wedding. It's like, oh yeah, play some,
Yes, it's all the standard songs at the American wedding, which I have one on October 2nd.
Yep.
And she wants all the standard songs, so I'm like, cool, got it. I'm still nervous about all my DJ equipment even working.
Yeah.
Because I haven't DJ'd since the pandemic. Yeah.
There's always that one country song I hear. Neon Moon. I think that's the one I'm thinking of.
The Neon Moon.
So when the sun goes down on my side of town, that one always comes out for some reason on at weddings that I've noticed. Like, why this one?
Okay. Let's see. And then Todd says, "What cunnilingus with looking back? That's your breakup song?" I know Todd's been through some breakups here and there.
Man. Yeah.
I guess. What would your breakup song be, Rico?
That's me in the corner. That's me in the spot. I'm like, that is me in the spotlight in the corner. That is me.
That's
I
funny.
lost my religion, man.
Because that's still fresh. Because you actually went through a breakup this year. So were you listening to that song?
No, I had everything on rotation. It was 20 hours of driving. So it was just like between radio. Yeah, it was hard to pinpoint.
I have to think. I mean, I know that when I got ghosted and went through a breakup, that actually affected me. It surprised me and, hurt my feelings. I know that I went deep into music, but I can't. I'm trying to think like what was the song in particular that I kept listening to, replaying, and I'm a replayer. I'll listen to the same song 10 times in a row if I'm feeling it.
Yeah. Like repeat.
Yeah.
Keep it coming. Give me the feels, man.
Of course. Yeah. You feel that emotion and everything.
My friend Alana, a couple of weeks when I went back to Tempe, she gave me there's that one. We're walking to Casey Moore's and she has on her phone. She's like, "This is the song you need, Rico." And I'm like, "What is it?" It was like that Taylor Swift one about like forgetting the ex. Like, I don't even know your name. I forgot everything. But I'm like, Alana, she's literally singing about that guy. So she clearly has not forgotten about him. She's bringing him up on purpose. That defeats the purpose. She's like, "No, it's the message." I'm like, "No, but she's still thinking about it." Yeah, doesn't matter.
Plus, I'm not taking her perspective.
Right.
To me, it's like my ex singing about me.
Right.
Like, and that hurts even more.
Yeah.
I got to do a Sweet Child of Mine by Guns N' Roses. You're just sitting there and just like, do, and you just, no. Ooh, or Letter Better. I love Letter Better.
Letter Better by Pearl Jam. Yeah, that's a good one.
Hey, Rico.
Anything by Chris Cornell.
Oh, yeah.
Anything?
Yes.
I don't know.
Yes.
Blackpink.
That voice is velvet.
Anything. Yes. Especially when he's singing "Be Yourself." Just be yourself, and it's me.
Right. She's having all the feels.
All
right, keep those comments coming in. What the best breakup song is? We talked about a lot of things today, and had a lot of fun during F My Life. And one F My Life story in particular, I shared on the Rock 102.1 Facebook page and got 100% haha on it. Got 34 ha-has in a row before Jen came in and ruined the party. But that is an impressive feat if you know about social media, and I'm an expert. So trust me when I say it's super impressive. But if you miss F My Life this morning, have no fear. I have it right here. Check this. Actually, shit, that was yesterday's F My Life. What a great setup. All right, let's talk about the war on drugs, shall we? Spoiler alert. Drugs 1.
Ooh.
Rock 102.1 KFMA. It's Beef Vegan Presents. You remember the war on drugs, Rico?
I recall that.
Yeah. Well,
avidly.
It looks like drugs won.
They did?
Yeah. What? Drugs won. I mean, obviously, we have the legalization of marijuana. Thank you, Prop 209 here in this state. And there's a bunch of states that are all on board with that. Now they're pushing the legalization of psilocybin, which is magic mushrooms.
Yep. Good.
Well, at this point, Amazon is now relaxing their drug testing policies.
Wow.
Yeah. So that means you could smoke weed and be an Amazon employee. This wasn't the case before. They were pretty stringent.
Yeah.
So they would test, and if you had showed up positive for marijuana, you could lose your job or at least get written up and a couple warnings, and then you're out. But they said they hadn't reinstated the employment eligibility for former workers or applicants who were fired or deferred during marijuana screening. So if you worked at Amazon and you enjoyed it and you were making some money and you got fired because you like to puff on the reefer, you can go back and get your job and be like, hey, man, I'm still smoking weed, but it's cool now, right? And they're like,
interesting. Yeah. Imagine getting fired for that. And now it's like you have the chance to redeem. Like, would you take it back? I'd be like stoner minded and be like, you know what? Screw you, man. No.
I don't know. I mean, if I didn't have too many options, I definitely would go running back. I mean, I've been fired and rehired so many times.
Yeah.
So for whatever reason, we get a phone call. Let's check this out. Rock 102.1. Who's this?
Hey, this is 420.
Hey, what's up, 420? So you got a hot take on this?
No, actually, I'll tell you the truth. My wife just started with Amazon. She smoked a bowl 2 hours before going in. She got the job the next day.
Yeah.
Hey.
So, yeah, it actually probably helped her job. She's like, oh, you're high right now then. Welcome to Amazon.
Exactly. You got to be high to work here.
That's fantastic. I don't know if I would have, or signed off on that and like, hey, you should probably get high before your interview. But if it worked for her, it worked for her. So that's fantastic.
Exactly.
Good news. Thanks for sharing that with me, brother.
Nope, that's not a problem.
All right. So why is this important that Amazon is allowing their employees to smoke weed? Well, it has national ramifications. That's why I wanted to bring this story up, because now that Amazon's saying, hey, guys, it's cool if you can smoke weed, they're also lobbying the federal government to legalize marijuana.
Woo!
Yes, that is the big takeaway from this story. Okay, it's not just that Amazon employs hundreds of thousands of people across the country, and that they pretty much have a monopoly on this country, and they make so much money that Jeff Bezos could spend a couple $2 billion just for a joyride and a giant penis,
right?
But they're lobbying the federal government to legalize marijuana. So what does that mean? We are going to legalize marijuana federally. That is going to happen because lobbyists make the laws.
That's right.
And whoever has the most money makes the laws.
That's right.
Who has more money than Amazon?
Jeff Bezos.
Right. That is Amazon.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. He's the one kicking it down. Yeah. So that's going to happen. And with them like actively, aggressively lobbying the federal government to legalize marijuana, it's only a matter of time. And I think that time is shrinking by the day. So I would not even be surprised that, say, this time next year, the wheels are in motion to get marijuana, even with the president now, who's kind of, he's old school. So he's anti-marijuana.
Yeah. All that malarkey.
Yeah. Even though that was part of his campaign promise to federalize.
Are you surprised? That always happens.
That's politicians.
Cool. Yeah, now it's not anymore.
Right. Yeah. But with the money coming in, they're going to be like, weed's cool again.
Exactly. See, Uncle Sam's getting his little dime.
Mm-hmm.
That's what matters.
Exactly. So there you go. There's good news. And the war on drugs definitely won this round. And you're going to be able to see that here in the next couple years. Woo. All right, we got to take a quick break, but don't forget, we still have tickets to give away at 8 o'clock for Ghost and Volbeat. And coming up in the 7 o'clock hour, you get an opportunity.
Boop, boop, boop.
Ba, 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 ba.
Da, 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 da.
Do, 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 do.
Do, 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 do.
Yeah. Oh, Rico and I had a hit song this morning. We talked about, this was a story of Motel 8 in New Mexico. New Mexico's Breaking Bad territory, right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, in Albuquerque?
Yep. Oh, no, I mean, it wasn't Albuquerque, but it was one of the, I think Santa Fe or something like that. Where was it?
Polano? I don't know what the hell.
Yeah. It was just a town in New Mexico.
It's New Mexico.
Yeah. The whole territory is
the whole
bad.
state.
Yeah. So we talked about this meth rock that shot out of a faucet, and the entire Motel 8's water was contaminated with meth. And then it was after the story, unfortunately, that we came up with this. Check this out. Dude, I just realized we missed a golden opportunity in that meth rock story.
Uh-huh. What was it?
We could have done a parody song.
Okay, lay it on me.
Meth in the water.
Crack rock in the eye.
So, see, I'm disappointed. We could have done that. All right, we're on.
Would have been a contender.
Could have been a contender. Rock on 2.1 KFMA. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents, and this will be the craziest story I ever tell on the radio, and I have to tread lightly, okay? It has to do with a man who has a very rare condition, but it's a condition that can happen. So if you're thinking this is impossible, well, it's very possible, and I got the evidence right here. It's a man that can go number 2 out of his manhood. So out of the front door. And let's follow along with the letters here. Basically, ejac out the back.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I'm rhyming.
Okay.
So he does number 2 out the front, and he can ejac out the back. This is the rarest of conditions, and it's very painful. The 33-year-old man actually can see again. I'm treading so lightly. He could poo out the pee, and he experienced the rectal E due to an abnormal passageway between the man's urethra and his rectum. Rectum damn near killed him to poo out the pee. Now, the 33-year-old who was experiencing this had noticed he had unusual symptoms, and that's the understatement of the century, for 2 years. 2 years he was doing this, right? Poo out the pee and E out the back, right? Anyways, after the 2 years, he decided to visit a doctor. After experiencing pain in his testicles for around a week, he was fitted with a catheter. And he was put into a 3-week coma because they're like, dear Lord, you need rest. And we got to figure this out. Now, he was put in that coma after he had a cocaine and PCP intoxication. So overdose of those 2 things. And those 2 things combined kind of whacked his system up. So he began to have the poo out the pee and experienced the rectal E as, he was recovering from this. And the doctors did a CT scan, and they found a gas-filled structure, which after further tests was revealed something called a fistula. A fistula is an abnormal passageway between the urethra and the rectum. The connecting passageway is what was causing the little swimmers to pass from his anus and the fecal matter to go from the front. Crazy. Disgusting. I know. And that's why I waited till 9:34 to share this story.
Good morning, everybody.
Yeah.
About poo-poo and pee-pee?
He needs a factory reset, which explains the coma.
100%.
Turn him, power him down, and then restart the whole system as soon as he wakes up.
Yeah. Either that or learn how to walk backwards. All right. So that is the story that I wanted to share, but treaded lightly sharing it with you. Google it, though.
They need to take you to schools instead of having the DARE program. Just tell that story to the kids. See what happens? You want poo-poo in your pee-pee? No, you don't.
You want, like Todd said, 1 out the 2, 2 out the 1.
Right. That's right. All right. Let's take a quick break. We'll be back with another one with Drum. Clear. See? So tough to do that story.
Oh, I know.
Yeah,
it's gotta be awkward.
Especially even his condition's called fistula.
Exactly.
So it has fist in it too.
It's not a metal band.
I'm curious what the source was.
What do you mean, the source of the story?
Where did we get this?
Where are your sources?
I had several stories actually. I had to Google it because the initial link that I came across was a cross link. So this I think happened, I want to say in India, but India Times is reporting it. A lot of weird stuff happens in India.
Yeah,
there's a billion people though. I mean, I come across stories of crazy monkeys every day. There was a monkey that held a puppy like hostage that I didn't share. That story that happened the other day. The monkey grabbed the puppy, ran up power poles, and then was keeping the puppy like hostage. And they had to figure out how to get this puppy back safely. It was nuts.
You just had him in like an arm lock?
Yeah. And was carrying around. It was like, my puppy now.
He's just looking at people like, give me food.
Yeah.
Bring his neck.
Right. At one point of it, it's like adorable. You're like, oh, okay. The monkey wants a pet puppy.
Right.
But then once the monkey ran up to the power lines, that's when people started getting concerned because they're like, oh, this puppy's going to die.
Monkey's like, I'm done. I'm going to do it.
Yeah. So the doctors eventually found out that the man had been in a 3-week coma 2 years ago after the cocaine and PCP overdose. And it was around this time that he began to observe unusual symptoms. It was during this time that he was fitted with a Foley catheter, a tube inserted in his bladder to help drain urine. And it was that switched everything around. So the doctors kind of messed him up. But that's what you get, PCP and coke. Yeah. And that combination will lead to you shitting out your dick. That's what I wanted to say.
You want to shit out your dick?
Yeah.
Do some PCP and cocaine.
Seriously. And you're spot on as far as the DARE program's concerned. Absolutely.
Yeah. Just show them that. Be like, this is what happens.
This all could have been prevented had he not done drugs.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And there's going to be that one kid that's be like, I want to poo-poo pee-pee.
Yeah.
Like, no, you don't.
Now, it's really hard to follow up an F My Life after that story because that's the ultimate F My Life.
It is an F My Life.
But we did have a good F My Life this morning. And if you don't believe me, check this out.
Did you get caught self-loving by your mom?
Awkward.
It is awkward.
Did you do something that got you fired from your job?
I just get stupid.
It's fun being stupid.
Don't hide this in vain. Let us laugh at your pain. Call 600-KFMA right away.
I promise we won't embarrass you.
Because Beef Vegan presents F My Life. F My Life. F My Life.
Rockler 2.1 KFMA. Time for another round of F My Lives. Keep those emails coming to beefvegan@kfma.com. Subject line FML. Or if you care to share your F My Life on the air, call us right now. 600 KFMA. That's 600-5362. Rico's going to weigh in on these FMLs with me. Are you ready, Rico?
I'm ready.
All right. This first one. Actually, I'm going to start from the bottom up because I'm going to save the first one for last because it's fantastic. All right. This first one here is from Carmen. She said, today I learned that me wearing a mask will not stop creepy old men from telling me to smile.
Ugh.
F My Life, Rico.
Yeah, F My Life. That's creepy.
Let that be a lesson to all. Look, I know we got creepy guys listening to the show. Some of them are my favorite callers. Stop telling women to smile. They don't like it.
Right.
It took me years to figure that out as well. Okay, I've been, guilty of it myself, but I haven't done it in now a good decade. If I see a woman not smiling, I assume she just doesn't like my face and I move on.
Even with the mask, you're like, you can't see me, but I get it.
Yeah. Exactly. I understand. All right. This next one is from Wendy in Marana. She said, today my boyfriend decided the best way to inform me of his shoplifting tendencies was to steal stuff while we were at the Starbucks.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
The kleptomaniac boyfriend. Is that enough my life?
Yeah, sure. It's like, what are you going to steal? Some of those like toffee bars and like, I don't know, a Dave Matthews CD.
He's grazing. I'll tell you what, it's an F My Life because if you guys break up, you did check your drawers again. You'll notice half your stuff is gone.
Yep.
All right. This one is from Ryan on the east side. He said, today I walked into my apartment and smelled something extremely repugnant. I asked my roommate what happened, and she said, I didn't know how else to kill it. She trapped a bat in our apartment and put it in the oven and set it to 400 degrees.
Oh my
God. That is ridiculous. I mean, she did kill the bat, so that's the good news, right?
It's like, we have a cure for Corona. We finally did it.
Seriously. F My Life for the smell of
alone
bat.
and the trauma. Yeah, that's F My Life. Yeah.
Yeah, that smell is not coming out.
I'd have a serious talk with her. I'd be like, there's other ways.
No, I'd be looking for a new roommate.
Some bat soup.
This next one is from Pedro. He works on the south side. He said, today at work, our grease traps were getting cleaned out. My desk is right next to the vent for outside air, and everyone thought I crapped myself and wouldn't go near me. Oh, F My Life. You ever have a situation where people thought you pooed yourself?
Well, when I actually did poo myself.
Oh, yeah. That's an F My Life.
Yeah, F My Life.
And we'll say F My Life for Pedro, too.
Poor Pedro.
All right, here's our final one that I was saving for last because I love this one. This was written to me by Angie in Midtown. She said, today my family and I were driving and we passed by a strip club called Raiders Reef. Oh, I know that strip club.
Oh, yeah.
It's on close to the east side.
Great lobster.
Said my 5-year-old daughter asked what it was. So my husband said it was a place where people dance. Now my daughter keeps telling people she wants to be a dancer at Raiders Reef. F My Life, Rico.
F My Life. That's horrible.
I will say this, I don't take away from workers. I respect all professions.
Sure.
It sets the bar somewhat low, though. My daughter, when she was in like 3rd grade, She wasn't a great student, still isn't a great student, but she used to say she wanted to grow up to be like a hairdresser like her mom. Her mom works at like, one of those discount hair cutting places. And I'm like, well, that's very obtainable. So yeah, okay.
Go for it. You got this.
So I guess I'm not mad about your D anymore because you're right on par to get that haircutting license.
Yep.
But I'm not taking away from hairstylists either.
No.
Yeah.
Or strippers.
Right. All right, here's an update on that F My Life. That last F My Life with Raiders Reef and Anthony. I like that idea, by the way. I might even try that. But with that F My Life, I actually shared that on the Rock 102.1 Facebook page. We did a little haha segment because I noticed I was getting a bunch of ha-has in a row without any likes, hearts, or any other reactions. It was 100% haha.
Pure haha.
Yeah. Then we talked about it on the radio. I'm proud to announce that we're not at 100% haha right now. I'm not actually proud to announce that. We're at 47 ha-has, 1 like. So statistically, I'm at like a 92% haha rate on that post. That's a big deal.
You know what, Beef? But it's not what you wanted.
No, I wanted 100%.
You're being too nice about
And
this.
Jen came in, not Jen on the stream, but Jen came in, ruined the party, and I begged her on the air.
Yeah.
Change her reaction back to haha, but she probably wasn't listening. She's just a KFMA Facebook friend.
She likes the power.
Yeah, maybe.
She likes the power.
She wants you to beg.
Yeah.
Two people that made me beg that liked the power was Savannah and Ashley, I believe. They both, while I was talking about it, hit the like button. I noticed it in real time and was like, no, wait, come on, please go back to haha. And they were sweet enough.
Sweet, forgiving.
Yes, to switch it back. So right now, actually, I'm at 49 ha-has, 1 like on that. So now I'm at a 98% haha rate.
It's not 100%, Beef.
It's not. But you know what, Rico? You're one of the funniest guys I know, especially through social media. And you haven't had a 98% haha rate. I know it.
That's what my therapist said. It's like, you know what your problem in life is? You got a 98% haha rate. Like that that 2%'s killing your soul. And I'm like, you're right.
Yeah.
You gotta get over it.
You haven't got that high. You probably got maybe 87.
Maybe.
87% is probably your high, like a high B, a B plus.
A B plus.
But I'm rocking a solid A right now. And this is the first time I've ever gotten a solid A.
So you got a solid A and you got the DILF compliments. You're living a high life right now.
Yeah.
Doing pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm proud of you.
Oh, yeah. Drum didn't hear that. But yeah, apparently, according to a couple of my daughter's moms, daughter's friends' moms, I'm technically a DILF. Yeah.
I was like, way to go, Beef. You're
good
a
job,
MILF.
Beef.
Yeah. I mean, the way that my breasts keep growing, I'll be a MILF in no time. But yeah. And there's some good comments here on this post too, with the F My Life concerning the Raiders Reef thing. Was Leah who was backing up sex workers, which I agree. Let's see. Or Torrin just wrote that when I was in middle school, my uncle, RIP, was driving us down Craycroft and we passed the candy store and I asked if we can go get some candy. He quickly responded, when you're older, I will take you to get some candy. That's fantastic.
Nice.
Yeah. Let's see. And then Kelsey wrote, I don't know if I was hotter, I'd be an exotic dancer. They make fucking bank, especially when you take trips down to Vegas. Respect for dancers and strippers, respect for all sex workers. Yes. I agree. 100%. Let's
sprinkle
see.
some Aretha on there.
Mm-hmm.
A little respect.
Respect.
All
right, 15 seconds, and then we hit another one with Drum. You ready for your news?
Yes, sir.
All right, cool. You got 12 seconds here. 9, 10,
8, 7.
Rock 102.1 KFMA. We've had a lot of fun and talked about a lot of news, but I got another one. Here's my friend Drum. What kind of news you got for us this morning?
Thanks to the pandemic, everyone is doing life hacks.
Oh, yeah. Little life hacks. Oh, because we had all this time sitting on our ass looking at the internet and coming across life hack videos, huh?
Yeah. According to a new poll, 69% of people have tried at least one life hack. And one of those 71% say that using life hacks now they're using more than they did before the pandemic.
Oh,
so
okay.
It's definitely because a lot of people have had more time to like be at home and experiment and see what works and what really doesn't.
Oh, did you pick up any life hacks, Rico?
0. I think I figured out how to open up one of those freezer bag things, like the things you get at the store, some bags that are hard to open.
Uh-huh.
I figured out a way just to use my hand the right word. That's
I know I utilize a couple life hacks, but I always forget about those damn life
always.
hacks. Yeah.
You have to,
I always have them
tag 'em.
bookmarked, and I never
Bookmark.
think to open them when I actually need them.
Well, get on it. I mean, life hacks make life easier. That's why it's a hack. So I am a fan of them. I just wish I had the memory to remind myself to use them and make my life easier. All right, what else you got for us in the news here, Drum?
Speaking of hacks, there's a grocery hack: the meaning of the colors of the tag on the bread bags.
Oh,
Dun,
I
dun.
saw this. I like
What?
this. Yes. Oh, this is great information for everyone out there. You want to remember what she's about to say, because when it comes to getting bread, you don't want to buy stale bread or bread that's going to go bad soon, right?
Hell no.
So apparently, the colors on the plastic tags on the bread bags usually designate which day of the bread was baked.
Okay.
There are 5 colors for 5 days, and it makes it easier for the staff to like sub out the fresh bread for the elderly.
Ooh.
Okay. So if you look at the bread next time you go shopping for bread, notice the tag and what color it is. So what colors are for what days?
Green is Tuesdays. It's red for Wednesdays. White is Friday. Yellow for Saturday, and blue is for Monday.
Okay. Blue Monday, that'll be easy to remember. The rest of them, though, it's a little difficult. Is there any life hack to help me remember this?
To write a note.
No, there's something on there as far as a life hack to remember it. And I'll tell you what it is, Drum, if it's not in the news. It's that alphabetically speaking, like the letter B is for Monday, right? The lower you go in the alphabet, the later it is in the days. So yellow is a Friday or Saturday. That's the last day you want. So blue is the Monday. And then what are the other colors again?
So it's white Friday, red Wednesday, yellow is Saturday.
Right. So just the letters. If it's later in the alphabet, that means it's later in the week. Depending on what day you buy your bread, boom, you're good to go.
That's too much for me. I gotta attach a song to it or something.
Luckily, most likely, you'll only ever see 2 colors on any given day.
Okay, I would hope so.
I just hope it's like you're not the grocery store. Like, why are you having an anxiety attack? They're like, I forgot what tag color it is. Like, what's the new one? They're like, dude, it's just bread. Like, you don't get it, man.
You don't get it.
You don't
There's
get
so
it.
much pressure.
There's a hack I was supposed to remember.
It made my life worse.
Life hack. Now I just make my own bread.
Exactly. Yep.
All right, that's another one with Drum. Quick break, and we'll wrap things up with your beef tip next. And Rock 102.1. I was about to say the wrong station. Anyways, let's do some commercials.
You know what? I'm getting hungry.
Check out the Y2KFMA
Because-
lunch break, hosted by Ryan.
Because sometimes next
yeah.
on KWSS,
Yeah.
like it just rhymes a little
Flips
bit
back
better.
in.
Right.
Beef is like,
KWC, I mean KFMA.
Right. Ugh. Ugh.
Whoopsie.
he just gets struck by like the power of something, and it's just like on ESPN. Hold on, wait, that's our sister.
Yeah,
This
exactly.
is CNN.
Speaking of ESPN, I beat Justin Spears in a bet.
Yeah, you did.
And he owes me $10. In fact, I gave him an opportunity. First, he was betting against the Cardinals in week 1.
Mhm.
I bet $5 that the Cardinals was going to win, and they won handily, right?
Yep.
And I called him out on it. It was fun. But I gave him an opportunity to do a double or nothing because he was giving me insider information. So I thought, because Justin Spears is very good at his job, retaining and memorizing all the stats and facts about all these athletes and all these sports. It's very impressive. And he's a great broadcaster. But when it comes to picking games, he is dog food. He is garbage. He is the worst. In fact, I won $100, $120 betting against him with the NAU U of A game. As soon as I saw he said U of A was going to like run away with this, I'm like,
Yeah.
well, I'm betting $10 it doesn't because
Right.
Spears is on a losing streak. Sure enough. So he was telling me about the Giants and how they had a great chance of beating the Washington football team, formerly the Redskins. And so when I said, okay, well, based off this, I'm a lifelong Giants fan and you make a good point. So I'm going to put some money on that game and I'll do you this favor. If I win that bet, you don't have to pay me, right? Do a little double or nothing. But if I lose the bet, then you owe me 10. And I went ahead and lost that bet because the Giants lost to the Redskins or the Washington football team.
Yeah.
And it was heartbreaking. And I was furious at Spears because, again, he's not a gambler and that's fine. And he's terrible at picking games. He knows everything about everything.
Right.
Except who's
Except
going
Well,
to
I
win.
mean,
how to
you can't knock Justin for that though.
Yes,
I
I
mean,
can.
no, you really
I
can't
just
though,
did.
because you can try, but like
No, I
remember
did.
that these players are human, and that's part of the fun about gambling is like they're unpredictable.
Look,
They're like, there's no way that could happen, and for some reason, it's like, oh man, that happened. I mean, look at the Washington the Washington game. It was supposed to be New York Giants, like we're gonna win, and then
That was my point.
They got that. Like
Look,
that was
Drum,
beautiful.
Drum. If you look at my FanDuel account, it would counter your argument. You can effectively predict who's going to win, who's going to lose. That's the whole art of this thing, right? And, I've been calling him out on his predictions, being like, no, you're wrong here. This team's going to win, and this is why. So as much as he could talk about the first and last names of every player on the roster and how many yards they gained 3 years prior, this is all great information, but none of that equates to him being able to accurately predict who's going to win. And I go with some gut instincts and a little bit of information, and it's gone a long way. Again, just in my bank account, like the money don't lie, Drum. The money don't lie.
It's all good.
So, didn't you start a FanDuel account?
Yes, I'm on FanDuel. I'm doing DraftKings as well.
Okay, so what's your account at? Will you win any money so far?
No, but I just pick whatever, and I go off the stats and stuff, whatever. But even though I haven't won, it's pretty fun.
It's never fun to lose, Drum.
No, it is what it is. I got the free voucher money, so I'm like, it's not really my money. It's like
very zen about it. See?
Yeah, and that is good.
Losses happen.
Right?
No.
I'm all. What is it? I'm just waiting on my $5 million to transfer. That's all. It's gonna come eventually.
Thanks, universe.
Well, you gotta start winning first.
That's what is it? It's called manifestation beef.
Okay.
Manifest.
All right, manifest that. I believe in you. I started off with a $75 credit and up to $500, but I withdrew $250 last night. I was telling Rico about the $75 or so that I have betting, that I have on the line for the Nick Diaz fight.
Mm-hmm.
I'll break this down for you too. I kind of hedge my bets a little bit. So there's a couple bets that kind of overlap, but they do so to kind of protect me in case something goes wrong. But I am kind of excited about this. So Nick Diaz fight. If you don't know Nick Diaz, he's out of Stockton, California, UFC fighter going on 20 years, hasn't fought the last 7 years because of a suspension. 5 years of that was a suspension for marijuana.
Ooh.
And then 2 years because he was just like, he wasn't ready. But since then, he's been training, running dojos, teaching people. His brother's Nate Diaz, who's a famous fighter, who he trains and spars with all the time. So Nick Diaz has gotten better, and he should be in great shape going into this fight, going up against a guy that he knocked out 17 years earlier in Robbie Lawler. So I bet the money line on Nick Diaz. So that's a $15 bet that would give me $29.42. Because, MMA odds, they're always very close because it's always kind of a coin flip. Anyone could have a good day. But I think Nick Diaz is going to win this fight. I have him. I'm betting that he's going to win in round 2. Those are high odds. Like Vegas doesn't agree with me on that.
Yeah.
And if I do get lucky and he does finish the fight in round 2, my $20 bet is going to pay me $240.
Ooh.
Yeah, I know. That's why I bet it. And again, this is all money that it's their money. I'm playing with the house money. I'm not going to lose a dime on this.
Stacking.
Yeah. It's basically like a video game right now.
Yep.
I'm just playing with credits.
With Lawler's losses too, by the way. Are those all been knockouts? I haven't kept track.
No, not all knockouts. Some by points or decision, but he has lost. Robbie Lawler has lost 4 fights in a row.
Right.
So he's washed. This is basically a grudge match, and this is kind of like a layup for Nick Diaz. Dana White gave him this fight because it's a marquee name.
Right.
It's a rematch, so he knows he's going to get pay-per-view buys. But most importantly, he feels like this is going to be a layup for Nick Diaz, so then he could get basically double dip.
Oh.
And once Nick Diaz wins this, then he's automatically in contention for a title, and then he can move on to bigger fights.
Right.
Whether it be with, for the BMF title, because there's a little beef between him and Jorge, or whatever, but it's a smart move by Dana. I also bet $20 that Nick Diaz was going to win by KO, TKO, or submission.
Mm-hmm.
And that $20 bet would give me $82. I don't think that's unlikely at all.
Right.
But, Vegas thinks that it will go to decision. And then I also bet $10, even though I bet that it was going to end in round 2. I also bet that it's going to end in round 3 for a $10 bet to win me $85. And that way, if it does end in round 3, it covers some of my losses and still keeps me in the green. I'm excited.
There we go.
Wrapping things up.
He looks like he's on something. He's definitely on something, like bath salts.
Rock 102.1.
Rock 102.1 KFMA. We're almost out of time. I'd like to thank Rico and Drum for hanging out with me. But before we leave, let me leave you with this. There is a man in prison for underpaying 43 cents on Mountain Dew.
Ooh.
Yeah, this Pennsylvania man was jailed and charged with a felony after allegedly underpaying for a bottle of Mountain Dew soda by 43 cents, penalty due largely in part by the state's 3 strikes law. And then you're out. This guy's name is Joseph. He walked into a convenience store and where he saw there was a special for a 20-ounce Mountain Dew, 2 bottles for $3. He put $2 on the counter and just walked out. Right? Okay. Just walked out. The store called police because nobody steals the Dew from them. Right. Then he was arrested. And now that is his 3rd strike. So he's going to prison for stealing that Mountain Dew and shorting him.
That's so extreme.
43 cents. It is 100% extreme. It is so extreme.
He could have waited for a cool reason and then be like, today's the day to go to prison.
Yep.
Yes.
Today's the day. Do the do. Do the time.
Exactly. Well, that leads me to the beef tip, Rico. Next time you're broke and you crave to do the do, Don't do the do, or you might end up in prison with some guy waiting for you to drop the soap so they can do the dude. And that dude is you. Thank you guys so much for listening. Tomorrow morning, we'll have Rico and Powers in studio and the film critic Herb Strafford and tickets to give away for Ghost and Volbeat and so much more. So make sure you join us at 10 a.m. then, or 6 a.m. till 10 a.m., whatever. I'm out of here. Enjoy the rest of your day. Drive safe, ride safe, and as always, rock local. Peace.
When you wish upon a side of beef, soon will come an end to all your grief. But if you've been mean or kind of bad, I will knock out all your teeth.